is a video in response to one that was posted in response to my response to all the negative comments. And I thought it was really good, and I want to address some of the things that were brought up, which were really good points. So I listened to it and kind of went through and wrote down a bunch of points that I wanted to read. So it's going to be less impromptu than my last video, but I've got more that I want to say, and I want to make sure I get it right so I don't screw it up when I'm talking about it. Okay. Part of the reason I'm fat is because of genetics, you know, like you brought up. But, you know, that's true for many people. However, I also love to eat, and I make no apologies for that either. I lost 30 pounds like 2 summers ago without even trying, and I've only just now like gained it back. So, you know, genetics gave me a large bone structure and the ability to carry this weight fairly easily, but my lifestyle has contributed to my own personal weight gain too. And you know, I want to emphasize that doesn't go for everybody, you know, but, you know, many of us, I guess. So, okay. The reason I purposely gain weight and have in the past is a complicated question to answer. I've been purposely gaining weight since I was 9 years old, which is really hard for people to, like, even comprehend. I mean, back in grade school. Back when I was a kid, I had no idea it had ties to sexuality or anything. It was just a pleasurable thing I did. I'd imagine myself growing bigger, especially my belly. I got pleasure from popping buttons on my pants. It sounds really funny reading this, but it's true. Part of the reason I'm studying to be a psychologist is to better understand these things about myself. Where am I? I was also influenced a lot by certain cartoons, usually that had a fat character or a weight gain episode or something, and stuff like that, and I knew it was taboo to think this way because everything around me said being fat was wrong, and, you know, I had a tough childhood being teased like that, too. I wouldn't change, you know, my upbringing or anything either, because I mean, all those hateful things that happened in my childhood, they made me who I am today too, and, you know, I'm pretty happy with who I am, who I've become. And I'd also like to mention that I'm certainly not the only one who has had these kind of childhood experiences that brought them to this kind of community thing. But anyway, I gain weight purposely because I love being fat. I mean, that's the gist of it. I love how it feels and everything around it. It's not just because I love to eat, though that's certainly part of it. For some people in a similar state of mind as myself, eating is the main focus, and weight gain that's a result of that eating is kind of like a pleasant side effect. I gain because it's sexually stimulating for me. Each extra bit of wobble, each pair of pants I outgrow, that all adds a little bit more pleasure. It certainly helps to have people around me who are supportive of this lifestyle and enjoy the gains just about as much as I do. Like my boyfriend. Of course I understand the health risks that are involved in this. And for me it's worth taking that risk, because it's something I really enjoy. The analogy I like to use is that of a mountain climber. They risk their lives to do something they love. I'm doing the same. Someday my health may take a turn for the worst and I might get diabetes or something. I mean, that's a real possibility. Where am I at? Yeah, I could get diabetes or something. I keep a close watch on my health and make sure everything is good, and as of right now I have no health problems that are directly related to my weight. If something bad happens, I have no issues with losing weight if that will in fact solve the problem. I'll cross that road when I come to it. But I should also mention that, you know, a lot of big people delay going to the doctor and stuff because they're embarrassed about their weight, and that's a really bad thing to do. I mean, I get checkups as often as I'm supposed to, and sometimes more, and, you know, I want to make sure that my health is good, you know, and so far it's been really good. I mean, I've been told I'm healthier than a lot of people half my weight, so, you know, it goes to show you that, like I said before, being fat is not a death sentence. Okay. Now, to your other point, I understand how you can view some of my more fetish-oriented videos as giving sort of a bad name to large people as a whole. Keep in mind that I create these videos specifically for the fat admiring community. I upload them to YouTube for easy accessibility. I had no idea that my channel would get this many viewers, this many hits from people outside that social group, my target audience. I'm a really bad example. I'm a bad spokesperson for the size acceptance community because I am so involved with the fetish side to it. I'm one of those crazy extremist outliers that that throw off the whole system. And no, I'm not alone in my beliefs, but I certainly don't represent the whole, and I don't mean to come across that way. I'm just not personally afraid to voice my own personal beliefs that, you know, apply to me and only me. Okay. Society. Society does suck, and you're right. The media and all that crap. Having a preference for people of larger size is not a fetish, as you said. That I totally agree. You know, it's exactly what it is. It's a preference. Just like some people have a fetish, or some people have a preference for blondes, or for big boobs, or for a certain ethnicity. It becomes a fetish when you get involved in things like feederism and gaining weight purposely, and being sexually stimulated by these sorts of things. Then it becomes more than just a preference for fat women or fat men. I've kind of got a foot in both sides, and that makes it a little harder to explain myself. I think preference is seen as a fetish for precisely the reasons you stated. Society does not yet think fat is attractive. There are people taking steps to try and change that mindset. There is progress, but you have to really look for it. I do not think that your video was pointless at all, and I really appreciate you expressing yourself. Thank you.